It's Michelle Sturino for Ontario MMA Alliance, and I'm pleased to be joined by Bjorn Rebney, the chairman and CEO of Bellator Fighting Championships. And first and foremost, Bjorn, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
My pleasure. Glad to be on.
Well, I guess congratulations is in order because your company recently announced that its first venture into Canada is happening on July 23rd at Casino Rama, and that's for Bellator 47.
Yeah, how cool is that? We've been trying to figure out how to make a run up to Canada, how to do a spectacular event, what kind of a great card to put together, and we finally got it all fit together with Rama, and it's just a great position to be in. I mean, we're excited as can be. Frenetic fight fans up in Canada. Casino Rama will be a spectacular venue for it, 5,000 seats, and it's just a great combination all around.
Now, why choose Ontario as your first journey into Canada?
I think primarily because a few things kind of working in unison. We had been working on for a number of months the Casino Rama Association and Alliance. They were 100% behind it and wanted to really make a statement and do a series of events with us. We had The Score, who we've had as a broadcast partner now for the last couple of years, based in that exact area, and that's their home base. And then, of course, the fact that your general area was able to put 55,000 people in the seats for a mixed martial arts event didn't hurt as well. I mean, you've got frenetic, hardcore fans of mixed martial arts in that general area, and it was just a perfect spot for us to make, our first trip into Canada with.
Absolutely. Now, is there anything in particular about maybe the Casino Rama venue that caught your eye or anything like that? Because they were actually the first place to host a pro MMA event here in the province of Ontario. As you know, it was just legalized last summer.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, they were first in. They had success in the first event. They really understood it. They understood the demo. They understood the sport. And then, like I was saying, just the synergies of their understanding, their position in the market, their proximity to places where we could come in, bring in all the people, get great fans to come out. It was just a very easy lock-in. The introduction was made from the people over at The Score, so everything just kind of fit together perfectly. It was just like, two hands coming together that worked seamlessly, and it just made a ton of sense.
Absolutely. Now, talk a little bit about the event itself. It's the semifinal of the featherweight tournament, and of course, Joe Warren's going to be defending his title. Just talk a little bit about the event itself and how good it's going to be for fight fans here in Ontario.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just bubbly as a fan of mixed martial arts. When I take my CEO hat off, this main event, this world title fight between, Joe, the baddest man on the planet, Warren, and Patricio Pitbull is just electrifying. Their first fight that they had for us in the finals of a featherweight tournament that we did previously was one of probably the top 2 or 3 fights we've ever done under the Bellator banner. It was back and forth. It looked like a Rocky movie, the fight that these two guys had. And Joe ended up squeaking out a victory, and Patricio's been singularly focused on coming back to try to avenge that loss. It's the only loss on his record. Both of these guys are ranked amongst the top 4 in the world at featherweight. It's just an electrifying matchup. It could go either way, and it's two spectacularly talented fighters at 145 pounds. So that fight alone is worth the price of admission. But we're kicking off our next featherweight tournament coming up at the Hard Rock Hotel Casino in about 2 weeks. That'll be the quarterfinals. The semifinals will come up to Rama. It'll be in Canada. And the likes of Nazareno Malagari, Ronnie Mann, Marlon Sandro, Pat Curran, just some real stars at 145 pounds will be coming up to Canada to compete in the semifinals and try to earn their spot in the finals of a tournament. So it's just the card stacked top to bottom. Ben Saunders is going to be on the card, who looked spectacular in his Bellator debut in front of a packed house at Mohegan Sun not long ago. So there's a lot of really great fighters that are going to be on the show.
Yeah, like you said, it just sounds like so many things are coming together just at the right time, and it's a perfect fit.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we're riding a great wave right now, and it's just exciting to be able to kind of ride that wave and share some of it with fans up in Canada. We've gotten great support in terms of the television we've done in Canada for the last few years. We've gotten great support from Canadian fans talking to us and reaching out to us, and to be able to bring up an event, especially an event that's got as much meat on the bone as this one does with this main event, this world title fight, it's a very cool way to make, to introduce the brand in person to those hardcore fans.
Yeah, absolutely. Just talk a little bit about the summer series events you got going on. Obviously, the first one's coming up on June 26th, excuse me. And just talk a bit about the 3 event series that you got going on that's going to be bridging your season 4 and season 5.
Yeah, it is exactly that. It's a bridge between season 4 and season 5. We didn't want to go dark for an extended period. We didn't want to have anything more than about 25 days off between events that we were going to do nationally and internationally televised. So we kick off at the Hard Rock Hotel Casino in a couple of weeks. We kick off June 25th. Got Marlon Sandro fighting Janeiro da Silva, Ronnie Mans facing Jacob Decree, Pat Kearns fighting Luis Palomino, Nazareno Malagares fighting Adam Schindler, and those are all in the quarterfinal rounds. We've got Jessica Aguilar, who's a female standout, fighting for us on that show, and some other really talented fighters under our banner that'll be on that show. Those are the 4 that'll probably make the television broadcast with our MTV partnership and as well as our Score partnership. Then we come up to Rama. We have the event that we've been talking about, and then we close out the series at Mohegan Sun in August, and we'll have the finals of the featherweight tournament as well as some not yet announced but spectacular matchups as well that could include world title fights or super fights with existing champions. So that summer series is it's stacked, and it's once a month, so it allows me to at least breathe versus what we typically do, which is week in and week out for 12 weeks straight. And it's a month between events, which is like what other promoters do, but we haven't ever experienced it. And it's very cool to have that time to really get behind the events and promote them like crazy and publicize them and really work each event independently.